Greetings, everyone. This is Tremendous Truths. I'm reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 18. Yahweh appeared to him among the oaks of Mamre as he was sitting at the opening of the tent when the day was brightly warm. When he lifted up his eyes, behold, he saw 3 men standing by over against him. As he saw them, he ran from the opening of the tent to meet them and bowed down toward the earth. He said, My Lord, if now I have found grace in your eyes, please do not pass by your servant. Let a little water now be taken, then wash your feet, and then lean back under the tree. Let me take a morsel of bread, and brace your heart. Afterward you may pass on, for on this account you have passed by your servant. They replied, You shall do so, just as you said. Abraham hastened toward the tent to Sarah and said, Take quickly 3 seahs measures of meal flour, knead it, and make embers of cakes. Next Abraham ran out to the herd and took a bull calf of the herd, tender and good, and gave it to the lad who hastened to prepare it. Then he took clotted cream and milk and the bull calf of the herd that he had prepared. He set it before them and was standing by them under the tree while they ate. They asked him, Where is your wife Sarah? He replied, Behold, in the tent. Now he said, I shall return to you according to the season of life. Behold, your wife Sarah will have a son. Yet Sarah had been hearing at the opening of the tent, and she was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were old, advanced in days, and the path in accord with woman was halted to continue for Sarah. So Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I have become worn out, will luxury occur to me while my Lord is old? Then Yahweh said to Abraham, Why was this that Sarah laughed, saying, Shall I indeed truly bear a child when I am old? Is anything too difficult for Yahweh? At the appointed time I shall return to you, and according to the season of life Sarah will have a son. Yet Sarah dissimulated, saying, I did not laugh, for she stood in fear. He replied, No, but you did laugh. When the men arose from there, they gazed down overlooking Sodom, and Abraham went with them to see them off. Then Yahweh said, Shall I keep covered from Abraham what I will do Abraham? He shall become a great and staunch nation, and in him all the nations of the earth will be blessed. For I have become acquainted with him in order that he may enjoin on his sons and on his household after him to keep the way of Yahweh, to do what is right and duly just, so that Yahweh may bring on Abraham all that he has promised concerning him. Then Yahweh said, The outcry over Sodom and Gomorrah is indeed great, and their sin, it is exceedingly grave indeed. I shall now descend and see whether they have acted altogether according to the outcry over it that has come to me, and if not, I will know. From there the men turned around and went toward Sodom. Yet Yahweh, he was still standing before Abraham. So Abraham came close and said, Will you indeed sweep off the righteous with the wicked? Perhaps there are 50 righteous in the midst of the city. Will you indeed sweep off and not bear with the entire place on account of the 50 righteous who are within it? Far be it from you to act in this manner, to put to death the righteous with the wicked, so that it would occur with the righteous as with the wicked. Far be it from you, the judge of the entire earth. Would he not execute right judgment? Yahweh replied, If I should find in Sodom 50 righteous in the midst of the city, then I will bear with the entire place for their sake. Abraham answered and said, Behold, now I have ventured to speak to Yahweh. Although I am soil and ashes, perhaps the 50 righteous lack 5. Will you ruin the entire city because of 5? And he replied, I will not ruin it if I should find there 45. Yet he again proceeded to speak to him and said, Perhaps 40 should be found there. And he replied, I will not do it for the sake of the 40. Yet he said, Now my Lord must not be angry, but let not me speak. Perhaps 30 shall be found there. And he replied, I will not do it if I should find there 30. Yet he said, Behold, now I have ventured to speak to my Lord. Perhaps 20 shall be found there. And he replied, I will not ruin it for the sake of the 20. Yet he said, Now my Lord must not be angry, but let me speak only this once. Perhaps 10 shall be found there. And he replied, I will not ruin it for the sake of the 10. As soon as Yahweh had finished speaking with Abraham, he went away, and Abraham returned to his place. Amen. Thank you.